Okay, good morning, everyone. On behalf of Wilbros Live, I would like to welcome you all to the virtual group interview session of one of the biggest independent bands in the world, Boyce Avenue. They are returning for the Valentines week and will be performing in Manila on February 11, at the Araneta Coliseum, in Cebu on February 12, at the Waterfront Hotel Ballroom, and in DAVAO on February 14 at the SMX Convention Center. Joining them are today's O.P.M hitmakers, Adi, Nobita, and The Ones. Tickets on sale on ticketnet.com.ph and smtickets.com. Presented by Wilbros Live. So before you proceed, let me remind you of the following guidelines. This is a free-flowing interview. You can turn on your camera anytime, but please remain muted. You can only turn on your audio when it's your turn to ask questions. As much as we want to accommodate all your questions, each media outlet is only allowed to ask 2 questions. Media participants are not allowed to record the virtual meeting. A copy of the recording will be sent after the interview. Thank you so much for your cooperation. So be ready with your questions, guys. Without further ado, let's all welcome Alejandro, Daniel, and Fabian, Boyce Avenue. The screen is now open for your questions. Nico, you might want to ask the first question.
Hi guys, my name is Nico from pep.ph. Looking forward to your concert here in the Philippines. My first question is, you guys have made it a tradition to visit the country every time you have a tour. So what makes your Filipino fans so special?
For us, I think it's the passion for the music. I think there's a deeper level of the passion there. It seems to be kind of interwoven in the Filipino culture to be a very romantic culture, and that's such a big part of what we do. What we've always loved to do is to kind of do these acoustic versions that, by nature, are putting more of the focus on the lyrics and the melody and the emotion of the song. And whenever we've in particular performed live, the crowds sing so passionately in the Philippines, especially to the love songs. So that's kind of something that's always struck us, that seems to be just at a heightened level in the Philippines, is the appreciation for specifically what we do with acoustic music.
Thank you so much. My next question is, you guys gain popularity through YouTube, but there's a lot of new platforms that's trending right now, like TikTok, Instagram Reels, for example. How do you guys adjust to or adapt to these changes in social media?
When we first started, we got used to very quickly rapid changes in technology and social media. When we first started, there really wasn't a lot of social media, and then all of a sudden the social media king was MySpace, and then it was Facebook, and then YouTube came along, and so on and so forth. So early on, we kind of knew that you have to evolve, or else you can't really make it in the modern era. Fortunately, we made our name and we built our biggest following on YouTube, and we do feel that that's the biggest platform for us. But we have continued to try to be able to continue to also post our music on a lot of the other platforms, out of an awareness that there's always a different set of eyeballs and ears on these other platforms. There always are younger people who are looking at something else. And so we do have a TikTok. I think we have like 1 million followers on TikTok, and we have an Instagram. So we do a little bit of all of it, but I have to say our heart always comes back to YouTube. It seems to be a platform that really appreciates high quality musical and video content, and we're really kind of geeky and nerdy when it comes to like wanting the music to be amazing, wanting the videos to look really great, and YouTube seems to be the platform for people that want to enjoy that part of what we do.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, the next one is Patrick Miguel from Business Mirror.
Hello, I'm Patrick from Business Mirror. First, I'd like to ask, since you're performing here in the Philippines, what can the Filipino fans look forward to in Boyce Avenue?
Yeah. Fabian, you want to answer?
Sure. I think, Well, first of all, I think they can look forward to um, a Boyce Avenue that I feel like is reinvigorated and kind of, I guess, almost more excited to play live than we ever have been before, just because we've taken a little bit of time off because of the pandemic and everything. So I think there would be some sort of like a genuine excitement that hopefully they'll feel from us on stage. And also, you know, I don't know, I think we've in the last 2 years we've become, you know, better musicians. We've released a lot more videos on YouTube, so where there's new songs for us to play. So overall, I think it's just going to be an amazing night. I think we're going to play some new fun songs. I think our sound is going to be better than it ever has been before, just because as we get, you know, older, we have more experience, we become better musicians. And also I think the opening acts is going to be something special for this concert. I think this is kind of the most local acts we've ever had open up for us. So I think it's not only going to be our show, but a whole night filled with a bunch of good music. So I don't know, I think it's going to be a pretty massive, pretty cool event.
Okay. So for my next question, you guys have been together since 2004, right?
Since
we've been together
1986.
What?
Gotcha.
Jesus
He beat me.
Christ.
He beat me to it.
Ay,
We've been-
Dios mío.
We've been together since 1986.
Just,
Okay.
it's a joke. It's a funny.
That's when
Because we're
the singer was born.
Oh, okay. Okay. So a lot of bands have been disbanding lately. So I wanna ask, like, what's the
Patrick's face when we said that.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
He was like, "How old are these guys?"
Yeah, I was actually wondering how old are you guys?
No
Sorry, so
comment.
what's your second?
I wanna ask, like, what's the secret to, you know, like, being together for a long years and, you know, not disbanding and all that?
Yeah, I think that, I mean, it kind of goes back to we were making a joke there, but we're all three brothers. So we've learned very early on. We were kind of raised to share. We shared a bed for years and years when we were little kids. It was like just the three of us and in like this water bed, and we always had like love to share a room. We shared toys. Like if one person got into a certain show or movie, the other two brothers would. So we've kind of our whole lives have been sharing and been in close proximity of each other. Even right now, we could live anywhere we want because what we do is almost entirely online, but we choose to be, you know, within a couple miles at most of each other. So I think that kind of was almost like a secret ingredient that we're blood, you know, we're three brothers. So if it's not to say that we don't have conflicts or that we don't have disagreements, but we find a way to make it work and to get through it. And I think there is something to be said about that, about being family, that, you know, maybe if we were just friends or whatever, it's like, I don't know, maybe there would have been moments that would have pushed us to a certain point. But I think by nature of being family and brothers, we've always found the agreement and found a way to make it work and stick together.
All right, thank you. It's a very good answer.
Thank you. Salamat.
Now let's hear it from Jojo Panaligan of Rider PH. Jojo.
Hello, thank you, Grace. Hi, we're turning a page, if not already, in the pandemic. I wonder if you have marked this chapter in history with a song that you'd like to do a version of.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's a good question.
I mean,
we've thought about that.
No, yeah, we haven't really thought. There was, I'll be honest, there was a streak there where it seems silly now, but when I thought the pandemic was going to be, hopefully, everybody kind of had it in their mind, oh, it's just going to be like a couple months, where we did, if you look, that there was a strategic choice of a bunch of cover songs we did that we were hopeful that it kind of matched the tone. Like at some point we did Here Comes the Sun. I'd have to look back, but there was like a good 3 months where every song choice we were trying to like kind of capture the mood, like read the room, so to speak. Like it was such a dark time, it wouldn't have made sense to be doing maybe something super trivial. But then when the numbers started to go down, it was just the first dip, but it seemed like there was hope on the horizon. We did Here Comes the Sun. But then it ended up being just a long haul of, and then this odd thing where everybody kind of almost found a flow. And it wasn't ideal, but so we kind of went back to just doing like whatever cover we were feeling at the time. But it is interesting that there was a few months there where every song was very strategic to kind of the mood of what was going on in the world. Just between us, in a way, a song that we just did a cover of, Beauty and the Beast. And that's a song that we're just in general looking forward to releasing, because it's such a beautiful song. And we did that with a really talented girl from Ireland named Mia Black. And it was the first time we've collaborated with her. Danielle has some kids that are in a group called Interval 941, and they've done I think 2 videos with her. So it was nice to be able to do a couple songs with her. But that's just an example of a song we're really looking forward to releasing.
My second question, is it easier for you to do versions of songs because you've done this practically all your life, well, at least for a long time? Or in a sense, is it more difficult to do versions because for the same reason, you've been doing this for so long?
Yeah, that I think for us it's gotten, I don't think it's changed. It's almost like it's this experience where every song comes with its own challenges. Where I do think from a producer mind, you do get better. There's certain, your voice better, your instrument better. We know even just the technology better about what guitar might sound better for what song. From a filming component or standpoint, it's like if a song has a certain lyrical sentiment, it makes sense to light it a certain way. So we've definitely gotten better at that aspect of really seeing the product through from beginning to end. But just the core of just arranging the song, the guitar part or singing the vocal, it's kind of stayed to this core concept of just have it fit for us. Like even if we do a song that may seem out there, it's a genre, the original may be a genre completely different from what we do. There's still a formula of just get the bass, get the chords, start small, strip it back, get like write down the lyrics and really see what's the message of the core message of the song, not the cool synth or strings part, the cool production aspect. It's like get to the lyric, the melody, and the chords, and then you just find the key that works for our vocals. And that's kind of been our thing. We've done that same thing for 15 years now.
Thank you, and see you in Manila. Thank you.
Thank you. Salamat.
Thank you, Jojo. The next one is Carissa Alcantara of Manila Bulletin.
Hi everyone. Hi, Nathan.
Hi. Mabuhay.
Hi. So my first question is, since one of you mentioned earlier that you're taking a break during the pandemic, were there any challenges that you have experienced now that you're coming back on the live stage?
Did you guys get that? What was can you repeat the question again? Sorry, it was tough to hear.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Since you've mentioned earlier, one of you mentioned earlier that you're taking a break during the pandemic. Since now that you're coming back on the live stage, are there any challenges that you have experienced?
Yeah, I think we're kind of on the other side of the pandemic. It seems at the moment things are better, but I think there still is a little bit of that feeling, especially with travel and with such large groups of people. So there still I think there'll be a little more precautions taken than we did, pre-pandemic. But we're mostly excited about the positive stuff, and the fact that we're blessed enough to have 15 years later that the Filipino crowd still has a demand for us to come back, and that's the only reason that we are coming back. If nobody wanted us there, then there would be no crowd to play for. And it's clear that the Filipino crowd still stands by us and listens to our music. So as long as they do, we'll keep coming back, and hopefully we'll keep structuring it around February, because we love that idea of being here around Valentine's Day.
Okay. That's okay. My second question is, since you're going to do free shows here in the Philippines, are you looking forward to any activities or eating, or what are the things that you're looking forward to do here in the Philippines?
I think we're going to be, it's a very tight schedule. One of the exciting things about this tour is that we're not only playing Manila, but we're also playing Cebu and DAVAO. So we'll be traveling every day quite a bit to get to each place. But we were just talking to somebody on one of the prior calls, and they were talking about how Cebu and DAVAO have really good food. Like maybe lechon in Cebu, and then other delicacies in DAVAO. So
Durian, right? Isn't that the fruit?
The fruit, that's the smelly
durian. It's a little smelly,
we have a lot
but
of
it tastes good.
So we have a lot of things like that we want to try. I think the best bet for us will be to try to stay healthy, stay rested, but grab like a really good dinner in each of the cities and taste some of the local cuisine.
Okay, thank you, and looking forward to you here in Manila. Thank you.
Thank you. Salamat.
Right there. Thank you, Carissa. The next one is Chris Ramos of One Music PH. Hi, Chris.
Hey guys. Hi guys.
Hey, Chris.
Hi, how are you?
Chris here from One Music. So my question is, for this tour, you'll also be having guests who are very prominent in the local music scene right now, like Adi, the Juans, and Nobita, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So what is it going to be like? Are they going to be like performing with you guys? Will you be collaborating or anything like that? And have you guys looked them up? And what do you think of what do you think of what you've seen so far from them?
We think they're great. I mean, when the promoter, came to us with them as suggestions, we noticed that they were like getting really popular on social media and streaming services. And so we checked out their music, and we were really excited, and they agreed to do the show. So we're eager to meet them. We haven't hung out with musicians in a long time because of the pandemic. So we'll get to meet them backstage, and I think the vibes are going to be really great at each of the shows. We haven't, like I said, because of the pandemic, I mean, we were really just home. And when we did Brazil, I don't remember if we had, I don't remember the opening acts from the Brazil tour. So I really think this will be the first chance that we'll get to connect and hang out with our openers.
All right. So and having done this for a very long time, what is it that you look for in a song that makes you decide to do your own, to put your own spin on them?
I think a lot of it comes down to the lyrics. If a song has a good message and good lyrics, then you can kind of tweak the other stuff. You can change a melody to fit your voice. You can change the chords, but it's very difficult to change poor lyrics. Like it's kind of a tough sell. So if there's an idea that we can make work for us, even if it does mean maybe tweaking some of the genders and to kind of match our perspective, we'll do that. But for the most part, if there's a nice idea to the song, then we get more excited to do it. Obviously, you wish it has everything, and that's why a lot of the older songs, we love doing a lot of the older stuff that's like timeless classics, because for us, it has it all. It has amazing chords and melodies, and we just grew up listening to it. So even if we are a little biased, we still love doing it.
All right, thank you.